Hi everyone, my name's Will. I'm our AI specialist at Clerk Chat, and today I'm going to build a follow-up clerk inside Clerk Chat. And firstly, what is a follow-up clerk? A follow-up clerk is an AI that will follow up with leads inside Clerk Chat over SMS when they don't reply. So I don't have to remember to go back to this conversation and send a contextually relevant follow-up. I have an AI that does that for me instantly, 24/7 on a schedule that I decide. And I'm following here a Clerk Chat guide in our help center on exactly how you can build this. And this will be linked in the description so you can follow along and build it in your own workspace. And so I'm just going to follow the steps here. And hopefully in 10 minutes, I'll have something that follows up with my leads. So to start, firstly, decide on my follow-up schedule. So what do I want it to be? So I've got a little Google Doc here, and I'm just going to write down so I don't lose track. In this case, I want, when a lead doesn't respond, I want a follow-up after 1 hour. I think the next interval I want is if they still don't reply, let's say 1 day, and after that I want it to be 7 days. Now this can be whatever you want. It could even be, it could be like 30 minutes. 60 minutes, and then it could be 2 hours, and then I could even do 1 week. So, this can be as many as you like, and it can be whatever schedule you want. Just make sure you have an idea of exactly what you want it to be. For me, I'm going to make it 1 hour, 1 day, and 7 days. Cool. So I'm going to head back. Awesome. So yeah, the units that work in minutes, hours, and days. Great. I'm now going to move on to the next step, which is writing up my company knowledge. So I need two things. I need the company name and the company overview. And this is needed so that the AI has context of who it's working for. You wouldn't hire a human and say, follow up with these leads if you didn't give this information that you are working for Amazon and, we sell products to people on the internet. You would give them that little bit of context. And so we want to do the exact same thing with the AI. And so in this case, I'm going to build this for Clerk Chat, and as an example, I've wrote how we do it for Clerk Chat. So company name is obviously Clerk Chat, and the company overview is just a few lines about what we do. So I'm just going to put this again in my document just so I don't lose track of it as I'm going through. So let's do that. Company name. Awesome. Great. So that's this step complete. I'm now going to go down, and these two sections, the high-level logic and the detailed logic, are just the thought process so we can understand exactly what goes into this agent. And I've used Figma just to demonstrate. So in this case, for the follow-up agent, we're going to have two nodes inside Clerk Chat. One that schedules the follow-up. So this sets the follow-up schedule, which is what we mapped out here, follow-up schedule. And the second node is the follow-up agent. This is the one that will actually read the conversation and send a contextually relevant follow-up. Also knowing which company they're working for, the tone that you want, all those sorts of things. So we need these two bots. Now, the next section is the detailed logic in Figma. This again is just for context, and we don't have any action step here. I'll go through this anyway, where we're now breaking down the properties of each node that we need to have in Clerk Chat. And so if I head into Clerk Chat, this is my workspace, head into the flows section, and create a new flow, you can see that for each node, this is a node, I have properties that I have to choose. And all this is doing is mapping out for each of these nodes what properties we need. And if you want a more detailed breakdown of this, there's another article on our help center here, what are flows? And this specifically maps out all of these key components, so you can go in more detail and understand what is the type, what are the different types, what are the different triggered by messages, and how this can work. But in this document, it's set up so you don't really need to understand any of that. We can just go straight to the building Clerk Chat section. And we've got an awesome template here that means we can copy and paste and create an agent. So next step, follow these instructions with screenshots to implement the follow-up clerk. Awesome. I'm going to head to this link. I've got the follow-up template instructions. Now, this is just in PowerPoint because there's a few images and it's a bit better to document. So Here's a quick overview of the sections. So let's go to number 1, which is copy the template. So I'm going to head back to my guide and click this copy button in the top right. Awesome, it says copy code to clipboard. And we don't need to worry too much about the ins and outs of this code. Basically, this tells ClerkChat what nodes to create. So copy the template. Next one is head to flows. So I'm going to go into ClerkChat, and I'm already on flows. So if I was in my inbox, I'm going to head to flows. Okay, nice. Create a new flow. So I'm going to click the add flow button here in the top right. Awesome, I've got a new flow. I'm just going to move this over here. There we go. Create a new flow. Okay, so now next step, click open JSON. Okay, open JSON. We'll see a little bit of JSON code here. Go down one more. Next step is paste the template. Okay, so for this step, all we need to do is, there's a few steps on the side here. So select all of the JSON code. So everything that's already in there. It says, so I'm just going to do Command A on a Mac. You can also just highlight it. Delete the JSON code by clicking backspace. So I'm going to hit back. Okay, cool. I've got a clean bit of code. Paste the template that I copied. So I'm just going to do Command V. Great. So this was everything that I copied in the first step from here. And finally, hit save in the bottom right. Okay, cool. Let's just hit save. Awesome. So now we've got these two nodes, and you can see how this kind of follows from schedule follow-up and follow-up agent, how we map this out basically, and then we went to a bit more detail with mapping out the properties, and we finally mapped out all the detail by putting it directly into ClerkChat. Okay, let's continue going through these instructions. Paste the template. Okay, awesome. So now I'm going to add my specific knowledge. So I'm going to click the pencil icon on the follow-up agent. Click pencil. Awesome. Next step. And wherever it says company in the prompt, I'm going to change that with my company name, go through the whole prompt, making this change everywhere there is company. Okay, cool. So you can see this little sidebar pops up once I click the pencil icon. And you can see it says you're an experienced sales representative at company. And so I remember I wrote this down in my Google Doc. My company name is ClerkChat. So I'm just going to start putting this in, and you'll replace this with your company. So if you work at Amazon, you'll put Amazon. If you work at Nike, you'll put Nike. So I'm just going to go through, and there's a few throughout the prompt. And you can see how this is building a persona, a role for the AI to adopt. So it's an experienced sales representative, and its goal is to send a follow-up message. And there's a bit more information here. You can see this is the conversation history. So I'm just going to replace, again, companies there, put ClerkChat in. I'm going to replace company here, ClerkChat. Okay. Nice. So that's all of the company bits. Let's go back to the next step. Paste in your company overview paragraph in this section. Okay, so I'm going to go back, copy my company overview, and head here and paste it in. Nice. So now I've got a complete prompt that basically builds a follow-up AI that's dedicated to following up, and it knows it's working for ClerkChat. So it's not random, it's contextually relevant to 1, your company, and 2, the conversation that's been had, which is exactly what you want in a follow-up. Okay, great, let's go to the next one. Once all specific knowledge is added, click anywhere outside the editor to save the new prompt. So we just need to save this, and the way we do that is just click outside into the editor. So just click there. And if you look in the thing, it will say you're an experienced sales representative at, and it should be your company here. And I can also just go back in to check. Yeah, ClerkChat's there, and I've got my overview. Okay, great. I've edited this perfectly. Okay, next step. Now we want to add our follow-up schedule. So it says go into schedule follow-up and click the pencil. Okay. Click edit JSON. Okay, so I'm going to go down, click edit JSON. You're going to next instruction and add your follow-up schedule here. Okay, so if I look, we've got these 3 values: first follow-up, second follow-up, and third follow-up. What I want to do is get my follow-ups 1 hour, 1 day, and 7 days, and just write them in there. So I'm just going to go like this. Now, if you only want 2 follow-ups, you can just delete one of these completely. Make sure to get rid of the comma on the last one. But 3 is usually good. What we found with a lot of clients is 3 follow-up staggered usually yields quite a good response. So you can just keep it like this and add in your specific schedule. Okay, cool. Once I've done that, once you're done, hit save, and you can see, yeah, okay, it'll look like this with the times. So hit save. Great, that'll go there. And next step is to hit save again in the complete flow editor. So I'm going to hit save in the top right. You can see it says version is updated. So great, we're now saved. And the final step is to assign this flow to an inbox. So let's head back to our inbox. Where it says Follow Up Clerk, click on Assigned Inbox and select which of these phone numbers you'd like it to run on. It could be all three. In this case, I just want it to run on my main inbox. And now the Follow Up Clerk is live. So whenever someone messages this number, this AI will be running on top. And what it will do is it will set a follow-up schedule every time a new message comes in. It'll say, if the user doesn't send another message in an hour, let's send a message to them to prompt engagement. If they still don't send a message, let's wait a day and send another one. And if they still don't send a message, let's wait 7 days and do our final follow-up. And so the only thing left is to test the flow. So send a message to this inbox and you should receive a follow-up message. So I'm just going to give an example. Okay, cool. So I just sent this message from my personal line. And if I head into flows and into that flow, I can click the summarize button. And you can see that this flow was last run just a few minutes ago. And the schedule follow-up node has been run. And it says the AI pipeline is scheduled to run basically today in an hour from now. And so that's my next follow-up is an hour. And in an hour, I should get a message back from to my phone number that says, hey, just following up, wanted to check if there's anything you're interested in. And so that's it. This is now live. And so that's how you can follow this template to build your own follow-up clerk. If you're interested in other clerks you can build on Clerk Chat, we've got a whole database in our help section where you can build a frequently asked questions one, you can build your knowledge base, and we update this week over week. If you've got any questions, feel free to reach out to our team, and happy building.